although it's mid-November and has been quite cold, although we have not had any real frost. We still have a couple of beautiful roses. This one bloomed beautifully all summer. And here we have some buds, in fact, right here. There, yeah. And here's one too that bloomed nicely all summer long. Of course, it's the end of the season, and there are only a few blooms. Here's a pretty, here's also a nice little one here, wherever it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah. And our geraniums, which we were going to actually dispose of, are starting to bloom again too. Of course, that'll be over as soon as we have the first heavy frost. But we're thankful that it's this nice in November, and we can be outside working a little bit, getting a little vitamin D and enjoying the fresh air. Glad to bring you all with us. I just mowed probably not more than 5 minutes, and the grass is so wet and sticky. Look at what's built up underneath the mower. So I'm going to clean that out. I'll use a scraper to get that out first, and then I'll use the pressure washer to wash the whole bottom out of there. I thought I'd show you what I use for a scraper. This is a tool that I use to scrape things like lawnmowers. It's an asparagus knife. It's for harvesting white asparagus, which grows under the ground. It's mounded, and as soon as the tip of the asparagus begins to crack the soil at the top of the mound, you go in at the bottom, and this is normally sharpened here. Of course, I've misused it all these years. We don't have white asparagus. So, I have 2 of these actually. You go in and cut the spears of asparagus under the soil, and then you pull them up through the soil in the top. It's important for white asparagus that it doesn't see the sunlight. And so I have no idea where these knives came from. They were, when I moved into my last house, I think they were in the garden shed there, and I just took them with me then. They're very handy for scraping because they're long. You don't get your hand down in there with the blade and so on in the lawnmower and hurt yourself. So that's what I like to use. Well, we got a few pounds of stuff out of there. There's a little bit of corrosion on the chassis, aluminum oxide, because I didn't clean it the last time. That's what happens. My father would say, "See, I told you." He didn't need to tell me because I knew it anyway. But when it's cold and dark and you've been mowing for 4 hours, you just sometimes give in to your weakness and put it away the way it is. I'll clean it up and spray a little oil on it. It'll be fine. Well, that's after one whole season of use. So there's certainly no real reason to change that. I'll blow it out with the air hose, compressed air, and put it back in because it's almost like new.